designed by Sir Norman Foster. It's got the nickname, the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge. Now it's got this nickname because on its opening day, it actually started swaying sideways so much, people were falling over. They had to close it 8 hours after the Queen opened it. The designer of the bridge, as I said, Norman Foster, he said there was nothing wrong with his design. He blamed the way people walked in London as the problem. They managed to fix the problem after 18 months and another £5 million. So I don't know what they did to people in London. But just going past the Globe Theatre, that white building with a thatched roof is a recreation, a replica of Shakespeare's Playhouse. During the summer months they perform Shakespeare's plays there, done traditionally.
What is what?
What is that you're holding? What is that, camera?
Yeah, GI8.
I don't know what that is. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nifty.
Camera?
Huh?
It's a video camera.
I've never seen it before.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I'm
Now we're just going through London's
It's fine. I didn't even know what you're talking about.
This is Southwark Bridge. Ironically built to reduce congestion from London Bridge, they've made finding this bridge very difficult. There's lots of one-way systems, contraflows, you get lost, you go around in circles. Buses and taxis are about the only people who can find that bridge. The Anchor Pub, you can see on the right, now that's a very old pub. That's been there since 1650.
making a note.
The actors from the original Globe Theatre used to use this pub as their changing room. William Shakespeare's had a pint here, Samuel Pepys sat here and watched the Great Fire, and Dr. Johnson, the man who invented the English dictionary, also had a few pints there in the Anchor.
Yeah. It was already broken, wasn't it? The front of it.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
Now, we've got a pirate ship here on the right hand side.
I was just teasing you.
That's a replica of the Golden Hind, so Francis Drake's boat. And it's not a model, it's a working replica. It's sitting in a wet dock. This boat's been round the world twice. It followed the same route Drake took. Drake took 3 years to go around the world. He was the first Englishman to do it. It took him so long because he kept stopping, nicking gold off the Spanish galleons, attacking Spanish settlements in South America. He brought all the gold back and he got a knighthood for his trouble. London's most historic bridge. Now it's easy to know which one it is because it's actually written on the bridge, engraved in the stone. This is London Bridge. The Romans built the first one 2,000 years ago, 43 AD. The River Thames was 4 times as wide as it is that you see today. As London's got bigger, so it has constricted the river. The Great Fire of London has a monument. Look here to the left, just quickly in the gap in the buildings. That's 202 feet tall, that column with the golden flame on top. Christopher Wren's monument to the Great Fire. Now don't worry about the bridge ahead of us, we are getting closer. We will turn the boat nice and slowly for you so you all get a lovely view. More importantly, this is a very impressive, very important building, this blue glass one. This is the headquarters and the training ground of the London Window Cleaning Company. It was designed by a famous Italian architect, Luigi De Squigi. He had a friend, Sammy De Chamois. I know, sorry, that's about the best joke. It is actually the Daily Express newspaper office. But next door, the yellow brick building, is the old Billingsgate fish market. A fish market there for 900 years odd. You won't see any fish there today because they've had to move down to Canary Wharf where they needed bigger premises. But Michael Caine, the famous actor, started his working career at the age of 14 here at Billingsgate Fish Market. Famous for the foul-mouthed language that used to come from the fish porters. HMS Belfast, this large grey boat coming down our starboard side. She was launched 1938 from pretty much the same blocks as the Titanic. The Harland Wolff shipyard was where she was built in Belfast. A 6-inch cruiser, main guns are 6-inch guns. These ones on the front, for some reason, are aimed at the London Gateway service station on the M1, which is 14 miles away. I don't know why, but they are. They're expecting some trouble over there. There's 6 more of these guns on the back of the boat. Now there's 9 decks on Belfast. You can visit them all up to the radar, go down into the bilges, the engine room. Children under 16 go free. It's well worth a visit. It'll take you about 2.5 hours to clamber all the way around. There's lots of ladders, stairs, so it will wear you up. It's not open at the moment, to be honest, because there was an accident, well, a problem about a month ago with the gangway onto the boat. It did just fell into the river. Nobody was injured, but it makes boarding the boat a little bit difficult at the moment. Unless you can jump a long one. Anyway, so Belfast at the moment is closed, but when it's open, it's well worth a visit. Now, if anybody wonders where Boris Johnson, the Mayor of London, has his office, well, it's right here on the right, that funny looking building. Designed by Norman Foster again, the man responsible for the Millennium Footbridge. They spent £52 million on this building. £2 million, would you believe, was given to a consultant to come up with the name. £2 million, he came up with City Hall. Absolutely stunning. Now the other £50 million was given, well, basically used to make that look like the largest motorcyclist helmet in the world. There we go, as promised, a lovely little side-on view for you of Tower Bridge. Now this bridge isn't as old as it looks, it's 117 years old, finished 1894. It's a steel and iron bridge, suspension bridge with a bascule centre. It's just covered in the stone in the Gothic style, so it blends in with its name of the Tower of London. Of course, this is the bridge that opens. It opens about 500 times a year to allow, well, pleasure boats and larger boats here up into the upper pool of London. Mainly it opens during the summer, as I said. You need to be quite lucky to see the bridge open. I think it might be opening today later on for just a couple of maintenance bits. But you can visit the bridge. That glass building directly behind us on the bottom of the tower is the entrance to the exhibition. Pay a little bit of money, they'll let you walk up the northern tower. You can go across that high level walkway back down the southern tower where you can visit the old steam engine room. Anyway, now the bridge gets its name from this place on the right, the Tower of London. William the Conqueror started the building work here. Famously, this place is where we used to execute people, chop them heads off. In the time of Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth I, if you looked at her strangely, she would send you here to have your head chopped off. They would do this up at Tower Hill. Now, if you were famous, they didn't just chop your head off. They took your head, they dipped it in tar, stuck a spike up your severed neck, and then took you up to London Bridge.